Okay, well, let's get started here. We're on the last little bit of episode 3 today. Party has cleared out most of the dragon hatchery, and all that is left is the boss fights, we believe. Shouldn't be much more. There's only a couple rooms left. Let's zoom out on our map here. Just this little corner left. We know some of it's just egg rooms and storage. But we do have a couple big fights to take on today. So that's where we'll start. And then after that, we will get into... we'll do some more casual gameplay with some dungeon crawling card games, which should be fun. So, without further ado, let us dive right in to the adventure we have here. Okay, so we left off with our party searching through the barracks of the kobold and picking up some valuables. And now they're going to move into what is called the Dragon Shrine. Looks like through a tunnel. A small tunnel leads out of the room from one corner. So, it doesn't tell you much about the tunnel. There's a trap. That's about it. It doesn't tell you anything about whether or not there's a... what this tunnel is. If there's anything in there. Okay, this cave is a shrine to Tiamat. Okay. So Rex leads the way through the tunnel. To the next room, the next cave. And what is in this cave? This cave is a shrine to Tiamat, but with an emphasis on her black dragon head and on black dragons in general. It also contains many Cult of the Dragon icons and a devious trap for the unwary. See acid trap. Okay, acid trap. Always at the bottom. The holes in the dragon's mouth are nozzles for a trap that spray acidic mist. The trap has 2 triggers. The first is under the chest in the northwest corner. If the chest is moved, the trap goes off. The second is in the chest. If it is forced open or if the lock is inexpertly picked, it goes off. Okay. So I assume, like, above the chest, there's a head of a dragon or something like that. Okay. Flickering oil lamps, dim, provide dim light, thank goodness. Oh. Lagdarosa Cyanrath occupies a shrine and he is joined by 2 human berserkers. If it contains more than 4 members, there's one more. One, he immediately singles out the person to address as they come through. Okay, so the party enters the room and then looks around. They come around a corner and waiting for them is Lagdarosa Cyanrath. The dragon, the half dragon, right? Wish they had a link in here to bring it up again. The half dragon champion that defeated he defeated Boris when they encountered them last time. So defeated Boris a few days ago in greenest. Ah, you survived. I didn't know whether to be disappointed or pleased. It's a mix of both, I think. He says, blah blah blah. If the characters beat the odds and won, the phrase can reflect this. As soon as he finishes speaking, he attacks. As long as one of the characters intervene, as long as none of them, Steinrath's group knows better than to interfere in his one-on-one matches. If the characters gang up on Steinrath or one of his guards, try to leave the chamber, the guards attack. If none of the characters fought before... Ah, so it's a rematch. So Boris steps up and says some kind of dwarven insult, right? We need a dwarven insult for this guy. Maybe just like a lizard to run and hide in his little hole. This time I will best you for sure. I will best you for sure. He tells the party that he will take care of Cyanrath, and for them to get the guards. Okay, so that's what happens with them. So that's our encounter. So let's zoom in. Let's actually first, let's drag our tokens. Boris is going to have a fight, and then the other three are going to have a different fight. Going to be separated. They kind of came in out this corner, and then... Okay, so we need to drag this encounter to our party sheet. We haven't been awarding XP. We need to do that. Let's do that first. Award all of those XP. Still not at level 4 yet, so no worries. The new dragon. Oh, 2,000 XP. A CR6? Holy cow. Okay, and then we drag it to our combat tracker. Okay, so now it's a fight. So that's 67 HP. They're more lethal than he is. Okay, so we need to menu, roll initiative for all of our people. So we're still a little bit wounded from the last fight. That'll be a little bit ugly, I think. Let's see. So, oh, they only have one Berserker token in the room. I don't see Berserker number 1. Oh, because Catherine is on top of him already. So Boris and Cyanrath are going to have a fight over here, and these two are going to rush in. Cat probably can't tank them both. But we'll start them off a little, not like far away, but make them move a little bit. Mara and Rex is probably the second best to get into a direct fight with them. Let's show everybody. There we go. Too bad the Berserkers don't have a better picture. Let's try to find tokens. Oh, there's a Berserker. We have a token. Let's edit you. It doesn't change your token on the sheet. It will change it if we drag it over again. There we go. Okay, so now we delete you. Oops. We delete this token. We delete that token and we drag new token onto the sheet. Berserker 1 and Berserker 2. Perfect. Now they look better than just a letter B. I really wish the module, sometimes the module doesn't have any really good tokens for some of the lower NPCs, which is kind of a disappointment, but still overall pretty good. Okay, so then we start top of the order, which we're not at. There's really no easy way to do it. Okay, there we go. Just back to top of the order. So Berserker number 2 will rush up to Cat. He's 14 initiative. Everybody rolled really low. 14 is the highest. Let's see what kind of things you have. Reckless and a Great Axe. It's not a bad. They probably do pretty decent damage, but their armor class is pretty low, only a 13, but lots of hit points, so he will target Catherine. What is Reckless again? That's like gives advantage, right? At the start of its turn, the Berserker can gain advantage on all melee attack weapons during that turn, but attack rolls against it have advantage until the start of the next turn. Okay. So let's... Yeah, so let's... How do we... If we use Reckless... Can I, like, drag it on him as a status effect? Reckless. So he's going to go Reckless swinging at Catherine. So he gets advantage on his Great Axe attack. Oh, 12, I think. Oh, it's a 17 plus 5 to hit. That's definitely enough to hit her. And didn't do damage. Ouch, it's pretty nice. Heavily wounded, 12 points. Holy crap. What she's at? She's at 17 already. Good. She can only probably take about 2 of those hits and she's done. So she will be spending quite a bit of time healing herself. Okay. Then it's Mara's turn. Mara. Is it only melee attacks? Any attack roll. Okay. Not just melee. That's nice to know. So she will target this guy as well. What is Mara going to do? Does she have any spells left? I don't think she does, no. But she does have her familiar. This might be a good chance to bring it out because... find familiar. Why is it empty? Spells. It's a cantrip, so she can use it. Find familiar. Okay, sirs, blah blah blah. Your familiar acts independently of you, but it always obeys your commands. In combat, it rolls its own initiative and acts on its own turn. A familiar can't attack, but it can take other actions as normal. Oh, what do you mean other actions? It can't attack. When your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can... What other actions besides attack does he have? Like, what good would it be? I guess it can scout. In combat, but it always obeys your command. In combat, it rolls its own initiative and acts on its own turn, but a familiar can't attack, but it can take other actions as normal. Okay, other actions like what? Get in the way? Cause... There's other actions like movement and things, but I guess it can't do any fighting, and it's not that good to spend a turn summoning it. So we are just going to use Eldritch Blast. That's not the button I wanted. We're going to cast it on him, and an 8, that's a hit. Barely. I think 13 is his AC, so we just hit him. And then we do our damage. Not bad. Wounded, 7 points. Not bad hit. Boris is up. Thankfully, he gets to go first against Cyan Wrath. He will rush in. Now, Boris has lots of... He has critical... He's improved crit, so he crits on the 19, just like Cyan Wrath does. He has second wind, which he can still use. Under turn bonus action, you regain 1d8 plus 3, because that's his fighter level. Dueling, he already put that into his thing. He is a champion. Okay, so other than that, I think that's good. We just don't forget about his second wind if he gets low on health. He is going... He already used his double attack, so unfortunately we don't have that to use. But we do have this. So Battle Axe... 3. Come on. Miss. Well, so much for that. He has a +5, he rolled a 3. Missed. Action Surge recharges. So he does have an Action Surge as well. He does have multi-attack though. He has a Lightning Breath, a recharge on a 5. Okay. Hey, the other Josh, how you doing? Good to see you. How's your day been? So he will attack Boris and use a great sword attack. Misses. Misses. 2 misses. There we go. Opening salvo misses. Tired. Just had lunch at this time of day? Your sleep schedule is really whack, isn't it? This time, Boris and Cyan Wrath are more evenly matched, but the Berserkers are a problem for the rest of the party. Watch you die. You're here to watch them die? You came to the right place, because that's probably what's going to happen not too long. So it's 2 here. Oh, so you're an hour behind. That's right. So it's not too late, I guess. I ate lunch at about 1, 2 o'clock because I don't get up until 8 or 9 because of my schedule, but because I usually work until like 10, 11 at night. So okay. He goes, misses. I don't think he's desperate enough to use Action Surge right now. Rex is going to target him. Rex doesn't have too many arrows left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He only got 6 arrows left. He's got a couple spells. Hunter's Mark. Don't forget Hunter's Mark. So we're going to cast Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Mark. You roll an extra d6. Yeah, the rolls are going to be rough. We're going to see how this goes. Hunter's Mark, then he will shoot his longbow, but he has advantage on the attack. Hit, thank goodness. Damage. Oh god, I rolled a 1 and a 2 on damage? Come on. That's like nothing. His bonus did more than both his dice rolls combined. That's not good at all. Not good at all. Okay, so that's his turn. Berserker 1 will join his companion. And oh, look at Mara is way out in the open. I think it makes sense to she gets hit. At least once. So he will attack her. Great Axe, he's not gonna go reckless. Oh, a natural one! A natural one! Yes! Yes, I need to up my emote game. There we go. There we go. That's what we want. Natural one, fail. I think what he's gonna cost him is he's just wide open for retaliation. Okay, Catherine, you need to heal yourself if you can. You do have some spell slots. I think you're... What is... Oh, guidance. What does guidance do? It's an action. To ability checks. That's not really what we need. I think she's just gonna roll Cure Wounds as a D8. Needs more health than that, though. Is it 17? A D8 plus thing is like what? Max 12? Average is 7. Yeah, she'll use level 1 for now. She will use Cure Wounds on herself to heal. Oh, plus 5. Oh, and she got maxed. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Max roll on that. Max roll on that health roll. Perfect. Just what we needed. She's... Oh, and I didn't target anybody. Oh, I learned this. If you target the wrong person, what you do is you just drag the roll onto the character, and boom! So if I target something wrong, I can undo it and then drag that result dice back to whoever it was supposed to target originally. But unfortunately, that's her turn, undoing all the damage that was done to her before. And... right, she doesn't have any bonus actions. Really, Guidance, Sacred Flame aren't bonus actions. Wish there was like a bonus action of like, you cast a spell so you could defend. Yes, this is in Fantasy Grounds, Josh. The other Josh. So Berserker 2 is going to not Reckless this time, because he got hit pretty bad. Just a regular attack against her. And he misses! There we go. Mara's turn. Of course, continuing to just shoot out some Eldritch Blasts at this guy. Another wonderful hit. High damage, nah, 4. Pretty much average. Have you ever used Fantasy Grounds before? The other Josh? I don't remember if you have or not. He will do some damage on that Berserker. The Berserker's already got 20 hit points down, not bad. Oh, Boris. Boris is back up, hacking away at Cyanwrath. Their duel continuing. 18! Oh, one off from a crit. One off from a crit. One off. But we do get to do damage. And max damage! There we go. Max damage. Boom. 13 points of his 57. A couple rounds of this. We got him down. But he gets a multi-attack. I started free on roll 20, and me not using is just laziness. Yeah, the thing about Fantasy Grounds is there is a free version. Yeah, this karma's finally... The dice are finally favoring us. Everyone pray to the dice gods. They're being nice. Keep praying. It's working. Yeah, the free account for Fantasy Grounds you can mess around with, but you can use it to join a DM's game if they have the ultimate version. Which means that if you have at least one person who's willing to pay, Fantasy Grounds still can be a free alternative to Roll20. Which is nice. But most times you do have to pay something. But you can do it for free as well. So I would encourage you, other Josh, just to download it. Mess around in the free campaign they give you to try things out. See how you like it. Because it is free at least to try. So, okay. He gets to do 2 greatsword attacks back. 18, that's a hit. Ouch, and he rolls lots for damage too. And 11 miss. There we go. They exchange blows. Boris, exchange blows for a bit, back and forth. Not bad. Okay, so he's... Oh, he gets another attack. Second attack is a hit. He has +6. Lots more damage. Boris is heavily damaged already. He's going to need some help. Rex needs to bring one of these guys down, but I doubt he'll be able to do it. Oh, they're close together. So bonus action. The next time you hit a creature with an ranged weapon before the spell ends, the spell creates a thorn. Rain of Thorns. Normal effect of the weapon. Each creature within 5 feet of it must make a dex save throw or take an extra d10. Josh, do you know if that also applies to allies? Because Catherine's within 5 feet. It says all creatures. Each creature within 5 feet, so I think it does include her. Which sucks. But it might be worth it, but she has so little health points, I'm not sure if he wants to risk it. Yep, it does include her. Technically by the book. You know what? Because this is turn friendly fire off. Lux. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing because of how deadly these encounters are. We can just turn friendly fire off. But I don't know. I don't think we're desperate enough to do a little rule bending yet. So yeah, as a DM you can do whatever you want. I think if we get desperate, well, we may do that. But I don't think we're that desperate. Not yet, anyway. So he will just do a regular attack with Hunter's Mark. Does he still have Hunter's Mark? No, he doesn't. It takes it off of him for some reason. 4. Oh, arrow goes wide. Luckily we didn't use it anyways. He missed. What is his abilities? Colossus Slayer. Oh, he does extra damage if they're already below their minimum. We need to not forget about that. Should leave that up so I don't forget it. Removal awareness, spellcasting, wanderer, that should be it. Okay, so that he misses, unfortunately. This guy is going to swing at Mara again. 2, another miss. We are really doing some good with these rolls here today. Boris is looking pretty beat up. How much hit points does Boris have? Boris is at 28 of 31. He definitely needs some heals. So Catherine is going to use a level 2 healing word. Fortunately, she can't touch him. Healing word on Boris. Average roll +9. There we go, Boris. A little bit of help. That's all Cat can do. She's not dealing out damage, but she is giving you some HP. That's about all she can do. Back to the top, Berserker 2. 8. Oh, a miss. Everybody's missing. Lots of fighting, but no damage being dealt. Mara. Eldritch Blast. I mean, Mara's hitting like crazy, but everybody else is... There we go. There's some damage. 13. Oh, 12. 9 and a 3. 12. Boris's turn. Boris does have... Does he have a potion? Or did we already use it? We already used it. Of course we did. Okay, so Boris's turn. He is going to target him. His abilities. Roll a crit. We need a crit. Nope. 9 and a miss. Doesn't even hit him again. His double actions is just really doing us some damage here. He will return 19. That's a crit. Critical hit. See, they have a way of doing that, and I don't know how they have it input for him. But not for anybody else. There must be a stat or somewhere they're doing that we just don't see for that extra hit. That's a crit. So we roll damage and it should roll lots of dice. Yep, and Boris goes down. Of course he does with a crit like that. I don't know how they expect us to ever beat this encounter. One-on-one. Is not going to work. Rex. Rex, probably his best bet is to still do that hit. He needs to hit. He's wasting arrows. There's a hit. There we go. So he does lots of damage. Oh god, he's rolling horrible on damage though. He also gets an extra D8. Alright. Yeah, an extra D8. Which is the D8? This one? Oh god! An extra 1 point of damage. Did that do that? No, it didn't do damage. It didn't read it as a damage roll. Okay, so he's targeting Berserker number 2, so we just need to add another point. He's at 42. The party is doing pretty good, but Boris is, again, way off. Berserker swings 19, that's a hit. Heavily, like one hit is enough to do half their HP. I don't know how they ever thought this is... Okay, Catherine just needs... Boris is down. She's got one... Like one little bit left. Oops, don't click that. First, healing word on Boris. There we go, 9 points. Boris is back up. But that is all her spell slots. And this Berserker is pissed. He's gonna go reckless again. This healer keeps healing somebody. Not cool. 18. That'll hit. Damage 4. Still pretty nasty hit. But he does give himself a disadvantage against other attacks. So she gets advantage. We need to kill one of these guys. That's what we need to do. There we go. Luckily, we rolled a natural one. That advantage saved us. 4 points for damage. Not enough. Not doing enough. Boris gets back up. Attacks again. 15. There's a hit. Finally. He rolls 2 for damage. These damage rolls were doing us more than our actual attack rolls this time. That... Steinrath laughs. There we go. But the half dragon is still too much for Boris. He is knocked out, only to be brought back by Catherine's healing. And what happens this turn? Multi-attack, 14 hit. And he goes down and goes down again. Like, I think you should just give him a 1d6 or like a 1d10 or something for damage, not rolling 2 dice. Because is that a great sword anyways? Like, is a great sword just straight up 2d4? Because that might just be what, if we ever kill this guy, that might just be what we need to... Lots of stuff covering up my items. Items. Great sword. Great sword. Yeah, 2d6. I think Boris is definitely going to take that if he can. I don't know, what do you think is better? Do you think, oh, not better, but more damage? Do you think 2d6 is worse or 1d12? Is the act of rolling 2 dice like more dangerous than rolling 1 dice, or is it just how many out of how many you can get? Because the max would be the same as well as the average, so maybe it's this, I don't know, but the fact that you're rolling 2 of them might give you some kind of advantage. I don't know, but he knocks him out. So dice equals A equals 1. Ah, so 1 big dice is worse than lots of little dice. Okay. Oh, at lower levels, some things matter, but Lux disagrees. Oh. Yeah, because crits double all dice. 2 dice gives a +1. So 2 dice have an advantage. Okay, so maybe I just understood Lux wrong. So I see. Okay, so he drops him. What do you think he does? Do you think he just leaves him alone? Or does he, like... I think his fight is done. I don't think he intervenes unless his goons kill him off. I think he has confidence that they'll do it, so he'll just wait. Rex... Unless one of them dies or something, Rex will do another hunter's mark, make sure it doesn't go away. So, found it. Oh, there's an article. Great sword versus great axe. The traditional wisdom is that a D12 is better than 2d6. Due to extra crit, due to damage dealt on crits. It's a great website for DMs. Okay, I will bookmark it then in my D&D game folder. Maybe we're just used to it. A D12 is the dice of the barbarian, however conventional it may be. Okay, so there's actually charts of rolls that they've done. Is there just a conclusion somewhere at the bottom? Our conclusion, damage rolls are close without advantage. Great swords are better against low AC targets, while great axes are better against high AC targets. Don't use a great axe before you unlock brutal criticals at level 9 for barbarians. Keep using a great sword until level 13 if you're not a half-orc. Reckless benefits great axe more than great sword. Interesting. Very nice. So it's kind of dependent on a lot of other factors. Race, class, level, opponent, things like that. But that's pretty good. That means there isn't one clear advantage and everyone should just play it. There's lots of options to kind of pick whatever weapon you really think fits your character better and it doesn't hurt them too much in terms of min-max stuff. So Rex is using some of his last arrows and he misses again. The article has graphs. Yeah, I love me some graphs. Berserker 1 is going to keep attacking her. That's a hit. Uh-oh, she might go down. Yep, I thought so. 2d6 is particularly better if you are at low levels and low bonuses to hit. Okay, yeah, I guess if you have high bonuses, they only apply once.